Hey, true believers, Englentine here with a review of Naomi. Yeah, of course, I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's a Brian Michael Bendis book, and we all know how the other Brian Michael Bendis books go. You go to a different company, you take their flagship character, and you just say, you know what, everything you knew is wrong, and then you make it so this loving family is separated, and you're in space with your freaking child, and you say, hey, I see you're having trouble, so I'm going to go back home while you're stuck here in the cold and dark reaches of space. Fuck you, Brian Michael Bendis. No freaking way Lois Lane would have done that, all right? That is just... Okay. Back to Naomi, which, in all honesty, I wasn't looking forward to because who the hell's Naomi? And it's Brian Michael Bendis, and he could very well be Satan. He is bald. Never trust a bald man. That's one thing I've learned. The book starts off with a whole bunch of talking heads referencing something we have no idea about. And I'm sure this is supposed to get us into a moment where we're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? What's going on? It never works on me, especially since America Chavez ruined it. It really just makes me ask, when are you going to get to the point of the story? Kind of like you guys are asking about the review. And the moment they're referencing is a battle that came to their little town. What looks like a battle between Superman and Mongol. You would think that would cause a lot of damage. But everybody's excited because it's a small town and nothing really happens here, especially superhero sightings. And it's there, it's gone. I like the fact that they're saying, well, it lasted 13 seconds. Somebody gets 7 seconds of footage on it. I love these pages, by the way. I thought they looked very well. It actually, the story moves, by the way. The art is very, I always talk about sequential art, and I think it works here. I like the art on these 2 pages. In all honesty, the book looks great. I do like it, the art here, and I think in some cases it's sequential, and by the way, for those of you who don't understand what I mean for that, and I know there's a few, you can have a book that's a whole bunch of images and it could look good individually, but it just doesn't flow. A comic book, as you're reading it, should almost move by itself and tell a story even though there's no dialogue. Unfortunately, with this book, while it looks gorgeous, and I do think the art works in comic book form, it's the dialogue that collapses. And for some reason, I have a feeling that's where Brian Michael Bendis came in, because the dialogue does seem like it's a 50-year-old man who hasn't been around young people believing that's what young people talk about and that's what young people say and how they act and interact. And the story itself, you're going to find out I enjoy this book. Let me get that right out there. But the story itself, once it gets going, is really good. But it seems like there's just a whole bunch of, hey, aren't we cool, that Brian Michael Bendis wants to create that kind of gets in the way. And I'm going to blame it on him, because from what I've seen in his Jinx World stuff, that's him. And it just seems like that's his contribution. All bad. And it could just be I am a little bit biased because I don't like how he treats Superman. But that's what I'm going to say. Oh, and by the way, here comes more of that dialogue. Oh, God, I hate the dialogue in certain scenes of this book. When they get away from the young people, it actually works. Even when Naomi is talking to adults, it works. But whenever you have a group of young people together, man, this thing falls apart. It really does. So anyway, the story goes that, once again, nothing really happens here. But Naomi, upon hearing that this is the very first time a superhero has been to town, she thinks, well, wait a second, that just doesn't seem right, because everybody seems to be a little nervous, a little bit off, as she puts it, anytime it gets brought up. And so a mystery begins. She starts to think, well, maybe there was another time when the superhero came by, and she's trying to get to the bottom of, like, well, what's the story? What's the story? But people are being very aloof. I like it. I like the setup. I think it does the mystery pretty well. I hope it continues. This is a very hard thing for them to do. There's going to be, in order for them to do it right, there's going to be a lot of balls up in the air for this one. And I don't think that Brian Michael Bendis... Ah, God, this dialogue. Here's another set. Anytime you see this, where it's a whole bunch of word balloons and everything, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get that fast talking thing. And, oh, isn't it funny? Isn't it? Ha ha ha, aren't we clever? No, you're not clever. That's the whole problem. In another talking heads bit. I'm sorry, gang. These parts didn't work for her. That's why I'm going to say, like, while I enjoyed the story, this is not the perfect book. I really want to wait till issue number 2, see how it goes. Right now, I'm going to say it's a reluctant recommendation. Not reluctant, but, you know, hesitant. A hesitant recommendation. There's enough here to enjoy that if you are not as biased against Brian Michael Bendis' writing as I am, I think you'll like this a lot more. Shazam number 2. I wanted to do this because basically where Naomi is with me, Shazam was also. I enjoyed the last book, but I was a little bit iffy. Now, granted, I shouldn't be, because one of the things I was iffy about was the whole foster kids thing. I guess that came out of the New 52. And it just, I was like, really? Them? And the art had this weird smile on the one girl every time. It was just weird to me, and it just didn't sit right for seemingly the most benign of reasons. Like, you know, it's like hating a movie because of the catering. It's just weird, I understand. So I wanted to give Shazam another try just to see if the walls were up on it. And I'm glad to say it's entertaining. I like the book. The problems I had with the last one are not here. There isn't a stupid look on all of the kids in every scene they're in, which just, you know, like I said, it didn't sit well with me. It's a fun and entertaining story. They do give some time to the parents, as you see here, as they wonder where their children are. And I like the fact that even though they're foster kids, the parents are latched on. They're like, wait, these are our kids, which, you know, makes me think, why aren't you trying to adopt them then? I mean, if you feel that way, right? But then again, I don't know how fostering works, so I am speaking out of my ass on that one. And because I said that, somebody who does know is going to leave something in the comments. Love the comment section. They're so much more intelligent than the person speaking on YouTube. So basically, the kids are trying to get to Funland. And they're talking about, wait, we can't go on this train because it's a magic train. What are the rules? There are no rules because there is no wizard and we have no idea what we're doing here. And that's basically the dialogue. That's the dialogue that the kids have all along. But in talking about this, you kind of get the feeling of who's the serious one, who's the playful one, who's the jerk of the bunch. And in all honesty, they all seem to be Freddy. Freddy's the jerk of the bunch, even though they're trying to call him the fun one. At least that's what it came off with me, as to me. I was like, okay, yeah. I don't know if I like Freddy in this incarnation very much. I mean, he was okay in the original, but here, yeah, if I was a kid his age, we wouldn't be friends. You do have a little side plot. Side plot? You have a side story with Savannah here. And, yeah, when I was reading, I was like, okay, get to the kids. Get to the kids. So even though I gotta say Freddy was bothering me, I did actually enjoy their story more than this one. However, seeing Mr. Mind, by the way, you know, I love that character. So that just makes it makes a book to me. You put him in a Shazam book, and I'm all for it. So anyway, they do get to this Funland place, and right away there's like this creepy doll character, and I'm thinking, okay, that's definitely like a red flag. You know, I think if I was a kid, I would definitely be worried about it. They go in, and I'm getting Pleasure Island vibes off of it from Pinocchio, where, okay, you have all the fun you want, and in a few moments you're going to be a jackass, and we're going to put you in a box and, you know, sell you as slaves. And that's kind of what I got from it. But That isn't yet what it turns into be. As a matter of fact, we see another character come at the end. I'm not going to spoil it, but overall, guys, once again, it's a fun book. It's entertaining. However, I have to admit it has yet to make the must-read pile. You know, if you buy enough books, you can put them in, oh, okay, this one, these are the ones I like, but they're on the edge. These are the ones I like, you know, they're pretty solid, and these are the ones you must read. It is nowhere near. These are on, this is I liked, but it's still on the edge. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Have you read Naomi or Shazam #2? Or Shazam #1 for that matter? What did you think of the books? Did you like them? Did you hate them? Are you a little less critical about Brian Michael Bendis than I am? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you know the drill. Click like, share. That gets word out about the channel. It's very important. Don't forget, if you haven't done it already, hit subscribe and that notification bell. Don't forget to watch the videos after they notify you, because that's very important. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi. Drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on and helps keep making videos for you. And they both have their own content there for you, so you get a bang for your buck. Certainly appreciate everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.